What's up everybody, today is going to be topic number 26, and for this topic I'll be talking about something that's quite related to a recent event where I'll be discussing about the March of Science. So recently in the USA there's this sort of movement called the March of Science, where typically scientists of different fields in the USA, they come out to the streets to march and express their opinion and to promote science. Well, this is a good thing, but we need to make the world understand that science is actually good, but there are a few things that I need to voice out because many people tend to see the good side of something, but I have to bring out some negative sides. And there are some negative things about the March of Science, in my opinion, which many people don't even happen to notice. Okay, let me start with my arguments. Of course, this is just purely my opinion, so if you disagree, please keep it to yourself, because this is my opinion and I don't have to consider what others think, because I have a concept, so as you. Let's begin. We all know that science is important. It is a sign of innovation. It is a sign of development. We develop on science. Science has given us architecture to build buildings. It has given us engineering. It has given us biology to know about our human body, our functions. It has more the doctors. It has given us tons of career opportunities, and it has created civilization. And it has built our understanding to the world around us, not just our world but our universe as well. However, I do have to stress on one particular fact, is that no matter how much the scientists want to make us feel that science is very great, there are still limitations to science. Remember, science has given us a lot. I'm not saying that science is no good, because without science, our world is typically nothing. There'll be no development without science. However, we have to understand science is not everything. We must understand, especially coming from a person who has a religion, we all know God created the world and the universe. And the thing is, God is above everything, so is science. If you think that science is everything, you can please explain to me why are there still so many myths that have yet to be solved? If science is everything, why is our universe still not discovered in so many aspects? Why are there so many things that even they are discovered, they do not have an answer? Because God is above everything. I mean, atheist people can say all they want that they can believe in themselves, but we must understand that science is run by human beings. Human beings have limitations. So if human beings have limitations, the things that they invent also have limitations. Humans can invent a lot of technology, but remember that even though technology is water resistant, you can pour water and it still doesn't go off, you can easily smash them. Okay, it's shock resistant, but then you turn off the power, it's not working anymore. You see, everything has limitations. Even the best technology, once you turn off the switch, it doesn't work. If you chop off the wires, you chop off the cords, it doesn't work. It short circuits, it blows up. Everything still happens even in the best of technology. The thing is, you cannot shut God up. The problem is, humans think that they're the best, but once again, humans have betrayed God. And when God descends a few bad situations to make us realize that we're weak, we complain to God. It's like you offend another person, that person mistreats you, and you have to blame that other person. The problem is that we don't realize where the issue is coming from. We keep basing things on other issues that have limitations. We keep basing things on science, which science cannot solve a lot of things. Science cannot help us solve human relations. You have an argument with your life, science cannot help you solve issues between you and your wife. If you have a problem with your friends, science doesn't solve anything between you and your friends. In fact, if you try to bring out scientific facts to argue with your friends, you may lose the friendship and create another enemy who you will argue with the rest of your life. So typically, even though I study aircraft engineering, also it's a scientific field more or less, but the thing is, even if I study engineering, I would not say that science is everything. Yes, science provides benefits in many fields, but let me stress on the thing, it's many, it doesn't say all. I mentioned in the episode before that nothing is definitely 100%. Even if science can bring the best, it will never ensure you have a good relationship with your family. It doesn't ensure you have career security. It doesn't ensure you and other human beings can interconnect. It doesn't help you in molding your character. Because there are so many things that are very subjective. Science is theory, and as long as things are fixed, they only have a certain limitation or boundary or tolerance that they can circulate themselves within. Once they go out, it goes haywire, it's uncontrollable. Human minds are the same. You can argue that we have psychiatry, we can argue that we have psychology, but the problem is we cannot just look at this, because even if there's psychology, we cannot literally prove that that person is truthful. You cannot prove that that person is trustworthy. It's all about you experiencing it yourself. It doesn't talk about psychology. Psychology gives us a clearer understanding of that person. It gives us a clearer understanding of how our brains work. But how we operate our brain still comes down to how we operate ourselves. It cannot be based on any scientific theory. So that's the case. And another issue that I have problem with people that keep talking about science is about how they use science to raise their ego. Especially in Malaysia, secondary school students, if you take science stream, you are extremely king and queens, you have good results, people assume you have a big future. Because especially when the world is modernizing, you can expect science to bring out a lot of career opportunities. But the problem is, science is actually bringing more benefit, however, it is also raising too much ego. Why do scientists have to have this much of science? Why do they have to go on the streets? If they think that their field is so great, why can't they just focus on the job in the science lab with their duties? Marching on the streets, to me, especially when you protest, actually proves that you cannot do your job well, so you have to come out onto the streets to protest. Which is why I never participate in any single protest, because to me it doesn't do anything. People, you can protest all you like, people can choose not to listen to you. Simple as that. And another thing is that, and let me go, before I continue anywhere, let me go back to the scientific brings up ego thing. The thing is, it doesn't mean that when people choose to go to science means they're very strong. Yes, scientific has a lot of specific knowledge that requires a lot of basis, and it kind of requires a scientific brain to actually have. The thing is, it doesn't mean that that person studies science or has a job in science means that person is very good. Don't forget, if Leonardo da Vinci doesn't have artistic sense, he wouldn't have created the Mona Lisa for us to admire today. Simple as that. And if you do not have religious leaders, especially those who evolved with revolution, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, I can understand that there's some people who are very versatile. Like Martin Luther, he's quite versatile of a person himself. But remember, science doesn't create an evolution. Science doesn't change humanity. Science doesn't make your character better. However, if you misuse science, it's not going to build your character, it's going to rot it. So that's what I personally think. And of course, I'm not saying that science will naturally make that person egoistic. It all comes to that person, how you look at this science thing. Remember that science is just basically a field. It is a field of knowledge. It's just like arts, it's just like business. You have some people who are good at science, they become scientists, they do inventions, they become engineers, they become doctors, biologists, psychiatrists, psychologists, whatever. They are contributing to society. People who do business, run their business, yes, they contribute to society as well. See, I mean, everything interconnects. There is one verse in the Bible, honestly I cannot remember everything, but there is a scripture in the Bible that actually stresses that everything has to interconnect. Everything relies on each other, which is why this world is not lived by one person alone. You're surrounded by people with different talents, different knowledges, different strengths, different abilities, and different weaknesses, different opinions, which is why this world can function as a whole. If science wants to dominate, it will surely take its own negative toll, because science has its own disadvantages as well, as I just mentioned. So yeah, that's practically much of my opinion. And if you like this video, leave a like, and if you have any opinions, comment down below. And of course, thanks for watching. It's a 10-minute video. Thank you for your time for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching me.